Hi guys, welcome back. So it's hot in the UK today, very hot in the studio here, and the hot news is the England team is out for the Barbarians game. I'm going to react to that team and also go through the Barbarians team as well. It should be a great occasion on Sunday for these players, and also I'm going to be there, as you probably know, with my media pass. I'm going to be on the West Stand in the commentary gantry, so if you do see me, please do come and say hello. And if you want to say something on video, we'll have to do it outside the Stadium Bowl. That could be quite fun. But yeah, just shout at me, say hello. Be great to hear from some of you guys if you're going. Anyway, after the game, I might not be around for about an hour and a half because we've got the interviews with the Barbarians and with the England team. So if you do see me, if you want to stick around that long, I'll probably be around the Lion Gate as well. But anyway, on to the England team. Here it is on the side. And it's exciting, and a lot of it I'm really excited about. Some of it I'm not so excited about, but on the whole, yeah, I'm pretty happy. Now, at fullback, we've got Tommy Freeman, and I did say I'd be happy if it was Arundel or Freeman, as long as Arundel was in the team, but he's not. So that's a massive shame. If he's injured, fine, but if he's not, I think that's a massive waste of a chance there. So not happy about that, but Freeman, yeah, got all the skills for a fullback, good under a high ball. So if you want someone who's similar-ish to Stewart and they want to swap them in and out, maybe a bit more freely, Freeman is maybe the guy to go with. On one of the wings, we've got Joe Thokanasiga. On the other, we've got Johnny May, which, it looks like a good balance, but neither of them have set the season alight for sure. May's been injured, of course, a bit. Thokanasiga's played a bit, but not really impressed for Bath. But we know the physical ability he has. The power of Thokanasiga, the pace of May on paper sounds good, but neither, I don't think, are right on top of their form. Is Johnny May as fast as he used to be? In the past, yeah, he had world-class speed, so that the eyes are going to definitely be on these wingers, especially considering they're taking up space from the likes of Arundel. The centres, however, this is the centre partnership I wanted. It's really exciting. It looks very well balanced. Atkinson needs to show he can physically dominate the opposition. Like Tuolangi, it's not going to be as big as Tuolangi, but he needs to physically dominate and get his offloads in as well, which he's good at. Versus Bottia there for the Barbarians, that's going to be a really good matchup. So, huge game, I think, for Atkinson. Marchant, I think, is going to Australia anyway, but certainly those two, I think, could play off each other super nicely. And with Smith at 10, yeah, fantastic midfield. With the balance of the speed, the skill, the size, I like it a lot. Could actually be a first choice England midfield. Now into the scrum halves, and the news is Danny Care is in, but he's on the bench. The starter I thought really should be Mitchell because of form, but Randall's in, and yeah, Randall's I guess higher up the England pecking order than Mitchell, although on form Mitchell I think should be in. Although maybe Eddie Jones is thinking Mitchell's done enough and he's going to take him to Australia anyway. We don't know the reasoning. Either way, Mitchell's going to be gutted. Let's see, is that, the end of his touring chances? I don't know. Harry Randall, he's got that zip. He's very fast to the ruck. This game's going to be crazy fast. So, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But I think Mitchell could have done that as well. And Care, of course, as well. Care on the bench is interesting. He's going to get a huge roar when he comes on. But is he really going to tour in Australia? Because he hadn't been in Eddie Jones's plans. Even though they'd changed to a quicker style, he hadn't been in his plans in the Six Nations. If Quirk had been fit, surely Quirk would have played. So it's a bit weird to see where Danny Care fits in, or has Eddie Jones completely changed his mind. Anyway, we'll see how that scrum half battle goes there between those three. Plus, of course, you've got Youngs coming back as well. Front row. Yeah, very happy with this front row. The props are the ones I wanted with Rod and Collier. Rod, an obvious starter to me. I think he's going to carry on impressing and get better and better. Collier, probably the best tight head scrummager in England, so I'm going to be watching that scrum very carefully because, that's where he really needs to make his mark. Talking of set piece, Jack Walker, a good choice, a very good set piece hooker. It was a bit of a dogfight between all these young hookers with Blamire missing out, which is surprising, but again, does Eddie Jones know enough about him? I don't know, or is it a bad sign for Blamire? Let me know what you think. Second row wise, well, Eddie Jones didn't pick many second rows in this squad anyway, so Charlie Ewells was probably always going to play, but, no comment there. Johnny Hill, yeah, brilliant. Hopefully he's going to be getting back to his best. We knew when he played for the Lions, he was, really improving, the best he's ever been, so England need him to step up, so big game for him there. Back row. Now, an interesting pick at 6, they've gone for Tom Curry, and, for England, he does get moved around this back row an awful lot. Pretty tough on some of the other guys like Hill and Ludlam, but Curry's there at 6 as captain, which means they can play Underhill at 7, so Curry and Underhill back in tandem, similar to the World Cup. But no Billy Vunipola, of course. At 8, it's Alex Dombrandt, who I really rate. Maybe it's a bit of a question who's going to be the third line-out option. Will it be Dombrandt? Will it be Curry? So maybe a little bit undercooked in that area. Courtney Lawes might have been a guy normally who'd have gone in, but it's super exciting for this hard, quick game. Could be absolutely amazing. So yeah, really looking forward to that back row. Liking definitely the midfield for England, but wings, not so sure. Second row, not so sure. Now, we've got young front row replacements who really need to make their mark. This is a big game for them. Singleton, Goodrick Clark, Schickerling as well. So, those guys have got an outside chance of touring, but they're going to need a good impact off the bench. On the bench, we've got Courtney Lawes, who looks like he's second row cover, which probably isn't a surprise in this game because there weren't many second rows. Is he going to start to be used more as a second row by England, which is kind of what I want? I don't know. Jack Willis had some heavy competition to beat off for that back row bench spot. Like I said, Ludlam and Hill incredibly unlucky, and I think that's got to reduce their chances of touring, to be honest. Willis, big game for him. He's going to be super pumped when he comes on. He absolutely loves it. I love his attitude. So I'll be looking forward to that. Danny Kerr coming on, like I said, is going to be amazing. Young Orlando Bailey looks like he might be paired with Kerr when he comes on, so maybe that's the thinking, getting an experienced head alongside the youngster who's going to be very nervous. And the bench spot goes to Jack Noel, who, he's got experience, but on performances, Ollie Hassel-Collins again has got to be absolutely gutted. We don't get to see Radwan, we don't get to see Arundel, so not too sure about that one. Now, looking at the Barbarians team, and it's pretty much a starting top 14 team, plus George Cruz in there. It's good. It's probably not stellar, but it's definitely going to give England a really good game. Some big games, some good exposure from some of the youngsters. We know Jean-Baptiste Grove, the tall loose head for France. He's a really good player. Into the second row, and you've got George Cruz and Will Skelton, a really strong pairing there. Cruz with his amazing line-out work, Skelton with his huge bulk. I think if Cruz hadn't gone to Japan, he'd still be in the England setup. Cretan and Olivon, we know from France, are top players. Loads of line-out options as well, which makes sense because you probably don't want to lift Will Skelton. Other players of note, you've got Bottier there at 12, really powerful, will give England a lot of problems, alongside a very powerful Vakatawa. So that is a scary midfield. Got a young half-back pairing there. Damien Pinot, though, we know all about on one wing, so there is some experience there as well. And some names on the bench we might not know, apart from maybe Louis Carbonal, who's trying to push into that France team. So it's a good team. It's not probably a classic Barbarians team, but they're going to give it absolutely everything. They're going to throw the ball around. The weather's going to be great. It's going to be a fantastic game. You expect tries for both sides. I think, prediction-wise, England should have too much. They've got a very good team. I think it could have been slightly better, though, from that squad. I think we'll see the Barbarians scored some tries, but a team thrown together like this is always going to struggle a bit against a team that's trained a bit more together, even though the England team is a little bit more bitty than usual. Can't wait for the day. If you're there, come and see me. If you see me, say hello. That'd be fantastic. Let me know all the comments below, and I'll catch you next time.